Hurricane Irma. Let's check in with Ashley Johnson. She's at the National Weather Service, our local listening post in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Ashley, give me the details.
Right now, all eyes are on Florida as more than 500,000 people have been ordered to evacuate before the deadly force of Hurricane Irma, the strongest Atlantic hurricane in history, strikes. Florida Governor Rick Scott issued a grave warning to those in mandatory evacuation zones, including Miami and the Florida Keys. People living along the Georgia coast in North Carolina are also bracing for the worst. Now, help is on the way from New Jersey. More than 100 members from the state's Army National Guard deployed from Cape County Friday, making their way to South Florida. The unit is equipped with high-wheel vehicles. Meanwhile, I'm here at the National Weather Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey, where they are keeping a close eye on the storm and encourage you to keep in touch with friends and loved ones who are in areas that may be affected.
If they have to evacuate, are they going to go to a hotel or to another loved one's residence? To have supplies on hand, extra batteries, extra food, water on hand.
In South Florida, traffic has been a nightmare. Gas trucks have been brought in with police escorts to help people fuel up to make the trek. Several airlines announced that they were adding additional flights to help people get out. At the National Weather Service, Ashley Johnson with Chasing News.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, I want to bring in an expert, meteorologist Jeff Cornish from AccuWeather. Jeff, welcome to Chasing News. Hey, Jeff, I want to show you this cover of the New York Post in our area. Irmageddon. What should we be expecting? That bad?
It's going to be a huge deal in Florida. It's been a catastrophic storm already in the northern Leeward Islands. You've probably seen and shown some of the video. Places like St. Bart's, just a devastating scene there. Right now, the storm is between the southern Bahamas and Cuba. It's missing the most populated parts of the Bahamas right now. It's well south of Nassau, well southwest, places like Freeport. They will have significant impact there, but Matthew was a bigger deal there. The bigger deal this time around will be in Florida and right up the southeast coast. We expect landfall in South Florida in the middle of the weekend, late Saturday night into Sunday morning, probably around daybreak Sunday when the true eye makes landfall in South Florida, somewhere in the Keys, moving right up into Dade County.
When the eye makes landfall, it's going to head up, you say, like head up the center of Florida, or is it going to be on the Gulf Coast side? About where is it going to be?
Yeah, as we get closer to this, it really looks more and more like it's going to run right up the peninsula. So that puts a huge population under the tropical storm force command.
What about New York?
New York, we'll just have some nuisance rain showers in the middle of the work week, and really we have a really nice forecast until we get to Tuesday night. So clouds and rain return middle of the week.
All right, Jeff, be safe. Have a good weekend. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I want to check in now with Brian Donahue. Brian, you are at the bus terminal. Forget the planes. Take a bus. What do you got, Brian?
You may not find a better example of the anxious struggle people are having as they try to flee Florida ahead of Hurricane Irma than the place behind me. This is the La Cubana bus line here in Union City. They usually run one bus a day between Miami and Union City, New Jersey. They've been running 3, taking people out of Miami. The phone is ringing off the hook. The buses are sold out.
Everyone is calling to leave desperately. They just added this 3rd one, like recently today, because we needed to.
And I was expecting to meet some people here today as the bus arrived at 2 o'clock. It did not arrive at 2. It may not even get here today. There's been so many delays getting out of Miami, fuel shortages and traffic. And now remember, usually a 24-hour trip, they got on this bus yesterday, Thursday. They may not get here until sometime Saturday at this point. The bus is not coming today.
No, not today.
So they're where? The bus is stuck in Washington?
The driving now. The bus stay in Washington right now, around 10 or 11 o'clock.
And so somewhere among the hundreds of thousands of people fleeing Irma's wrath tonight, 3 busloads of people on a dark road somewhere trying to get to New Jersey, and people waiting anxiously here for their arrival, whenever that might be. Reporting for Chasing News, I'm Brian Donahue.
All right, thank you, Brian. I want to check in now with our friend and chief meteorologist, Dan Zarrow, who took his family to Orlando last week before he knew exactly where this storm was going to track. Dan is hunkered down in Orlando. Dan, what do you got for us?
The mood around the Magic Kingdom today somewhat subdued. It's a hot, humid, and sunny day, but crowds are light. You really wouldn't know that one of the strongest hurricanes ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin is headed this way in the next couple of days. Still a hot topic of conversation, although you don't really see much in terms of storm preparation. I'm sure Disney is lashing everything down at this point, and cast members are preparing their own homes as the storm rolls in. Orlando International Airport will shut down as of Saturday evening. All tolls in the state of Florida are free, and traffic jams have been reported from the bottom of Florida all the way through Georgia and South Carolina as residents leave the coast. Now, just to be clear, I'm here with my family on vacation, a pre-planned vacation. I'm not here storm chasing or hurricane chasing. We're lucky enough to be flying out early Saturday morning, well before the worst of it hits. From Orlando, Florida, I'm meteorologist Dan Zero.